Many of you have said to me it's very hard to prep if you're on a limited income and don't have any extra money. Hey there, this is Linda from Let's Talk Prepping, and I'm going to show you some ways to get your prepping items with little or no money and some tips for prepping on a budget. Now, I did put up a video quite a while ago on how to make extra money from home. You might want to check it out. The link is in the description, and I think it was titled How to Make Extra Money for Prepping. So check that one out. But if you're prepping on a limited budget, you need to get the basics first. And fancy gear is not the basics, and it's nowhere near as important as the basics. Food is most important. You want to look at things like rice, pasta, beans. They're cheap and they're filling. You want to look at canned veggies and canned meats. For those of you who are beginner preppers and prepping on a budget, prep one can at a time. They will add up sooner than you think. So every time you go to the store, buy one extra can, buy one extra bag of rice. Don't hesitate. Start prepping now. You don't need to buy expensive dehydrated food online. You can do it yourself. You can buy a bag of frozen vegetables and dehydrate them. And if you don't have a dehydrator, maybe one of your family members does. Maybe somebody in your church group does, and they'll let you borrow it. So look around. For food, go for the sales. Don't hesitate to use the sales. And go to different stores if you have to. Remember, sometimes you can get those 5 cans for $6, although it's probably now 5 cans for $10. Dollar store is great. Another place to go is a restaurant supply store. Now, normally you have to be in the food service business to go into one of those stores. But if you know a club like the Elks Club that serves a meal once a month, or the Lions Club, or someplace like that, and if you have a friend who belongs to one of those clubs, ask them if they could ask the person who does the buying if you could go with them when they go. Go to the big stores like Costco, because then you can get those great big jars and cans a lot cheaper. But if you don't have a membership or one is a little bit too far away, find someone who does and go with them. And also, some days these places have days when non-members can go. Just call up and ask, and they'll let you know if you can go. They'll let you in as a guest. Be sure to shift what you're buying to just buying nutritious items. Items that will sustain you when it's all you have. Check out the Walmart sales, the Aldi sales, the co-ops, the farmers markets. Check out the online for food storage companies. Sometimes they give you samples just for the price of shipping. One place I think still does is Valley Food Storage. Go online, check them out, and see if they're still offering free samples for the price of shipping. Remember, you don't need that fancy bug-out bag. You need the basics: food, water, shelter, security. Try to trade your services to get some prepping items. Look at the thrift stores: Goodwill, Salvation Army, Military Surplus, church sales. Some churches have a church basement where they sell things or give things away for free. Check out the clearance aisles in Walmart. Now, if you live in a rural or suburban area, lots of times you have to take your trash and garbage to a dump, or I guess they call them landfills now. And many times they have a section where you can take anything that is there. And there are old bicycles and pieces of wood and metal and fences and all kinds of interesting things there that are free for the taking. Check out your local farms. Learn to forage. Share things with your neighbors. Again, the dehydrator. Maybe your neighbor has one and you can share with them. Maybe you can get together and form a co-op and buy things together. Maybe you can go in with your neighbor and buy that battery-operated chainsaw. Check out the church groups, the food banks. Go to the junkyards and the salvage yards. Grow food, get chickens, can, dehydrate. There's a place online for the Church of the Latter-day Saints. They have a pantry online, and they're a little bit cheaper. They don't have a lot in there, but sometimes they're a little bit cheaper than the other online places. Learn to hunt, learn to fish, and freeze that meat. Don't buy firewood. You can go along rural roads where the electric company has cut down trees, and they're just there free for your taking. Some of those dumps and landfills also have lumber and wood to take. Learn to save money on other things so you can get money to prep. Save money on your heating by closing off rooms, putting plastic on the windows. Use a sleeping bag. Use those survival blankets with that shiny silver side. Wear socks to bed. Wear a hat to bed. And use the savings to buy prepping items. Cool only one room in the summer. Save money on electric by hanging your clothes outside. Turn your water heater down. Turn lights off in each room. Form your own co-op to buy things in bulk and share items. Get a budget plan for your phone. Change the deductions on your insurance, auto, homeowners to save money. And any money saved goes to prepping. Build your own survival items. Look at YouTube. There's all kinds of videos on how to build survival items. You can make a rocket stove out of cinder blocks or tin cans. I just wanted very quickly to go to a few places online because we tend not to think about these places. And the first one I want to go to here is Craigslist. And I just put in York, Pennsylvania, no special reason. And you can actually put in any city you want and see. And I put in Rain Barrel. And here's one for $25. And I don't know where New Freedom, Pennsylvania is. And as you go down here, we have this rain barrel. We have razor wire, perfect barrels for gardening, 55-gallon rain barrels. So you can get for $20 a rain barrel, and you can get food grade ones. You just have to look a little bit. I did put in food grade at one point, and there were a whole bunch at different places. So you can just go through here, a lot of them around here. This one says non-food grade. So as you go through here, you can see the different rain barrels, and you can go and see if it's food grade or not. They'll tell you right in here. Always have them in stock. Used one time or clean. You could ask, what they were used for. You don't want to use anything with oil or harsh chemicals. So that's one thing. Now the other thing you can do, let me show you here, is instead of for sale, you can go over here to all, and you can go down to free stuff. Do free stuff here. You can specify what free stuff you want, but here's a ladder, piano, oxygen tubing. You can look through here, see what they have. You can also put something in here to see. Plastic buckets. And just scroll through and see. Here's scrap, they're calling it. Rear window for IKEA. All kinds of different things. And then the other thing you can do on Craigslist is you can go down here and you can put in a classified ad, wanted, what you want, free wood stove, wanted, free solar lights, whatever it happens to be, and you can put that in. So this is Craigslist, and there's so much here, and you have to keep coming back and back to Craigslist. Here's somebody looking for hunting land. All kinds of different things you can put in here. An outboard wanted, 10 horsepower. You can go through and put in whatever you want. Clean fill dirt, $0. Wanted clean fill dirt, easy access, dump and go. You can use Craigslist for all kinds of things. And again, you have to keep coming back to Craigslist. The next one I wanted to look at is the Shopper's Guide or the Penny Savers. And I'm not sure what other buyers, they're the weekly free papers that come out. And they always have things for sale in there. You can put, again, a classified in there, wanted such and such. I've seen wood stoves free for the taking, all kinds of different things. So I just put in Penny Saver, I guess .com here. And you can see we have the New York one. Here's a Penny Saver, classified ads, digital edition, Connecticut, Florida Penny Saver, Baltimore, Riverside, California, San Diego. We click on the Florida one. Here's Miami, all different ones. And this is what you'll see. I also put in Shopper's Guide, and this was a Shopper's Guide for Southern Berkshires. And this is what you'll get. You can magnify it so that you can see it and read it a little bit better. They're advertising services. They're advertising things for sale. Wood, wanted, looking for a home, wanted firewood, looking to purchase, great stuff for sale. And different penny savers have different number of things for sale. Great stuff for sale. Antiques wanted. Again, it would be hit or miss depending upon when you're looking at it. And the other thing that I've never used, but people use it all the time, is a Facebook Marketplace. And here's a Facebook Marketplace, and they have today's picks. $1 for this, it says a free shed. Here's a truck, a cast iron wood gas stove. This thing looks interesting. 1980 trucker, kind of expensive. Pure beeswax. A slightly used coffin. I wonder what they did with the body, how it would be slightly used. That's kind of interesting. Let me see if I can see what they're saying about it, if anything. Slightly used, decided to go a different route. Interesting what that would be. And I'll tell you, 600 is probably cheap. My parents just died last year, both of them within hours of one another. They were both 99 years old, and the coffins were outrageously priced. We bought the cheapest one, and it was terribly priced. This would be a nice coffee table with storage, as you could store your prepper items in there. This is probably cheap for these ATVs, just guessing. Well, here's a tiny house, raised bed. Here's $48,000 for some 3.32 acres in Canandaigua, New York. So you can go through here, whatever town you're in, you put your town in. But there's also over here free stuff. And you can go through the free stuff here and see what they have. Here's a warehouse sale, a lantern. So there's so much available online close to you that people don't even think about. Free supplies for making maple syrup. That would be nice to get as a prepper item. And I'm not sure if they have wanted, but you could put in it, probably put something in and say wanted, wood stove, wanted, solar generator, reasonable price. And you can put in ads here. So those are just some of the places online that you might want to look at to help if you're trying to prep on a budget because you don't have any money. Prepping without money is sometimes hard, but it's also all of these other things that people just are not thinking about. There's another place online I didn't mention, freecycle.org. Check that out, where they have free things in different neighborhoods. So plan a budget for buying the more expensive items. Even if you only save $1 a week, you will get there. Learn free survival and prepping skills on YouTube. You know, you can get 5-gallon or even 3-gallon buckets sometimes from a bakery or a deli store for free. Years ago, we had a farm. It was a potato farm. And after they harvested the potatoes with the machine, we could go to the farm and pick the potatoes that were left over. I guess the machine dug it up, and some of the potatoes stayed on the top of the ground, and we would just go and pick them. So check out something like that. Maybe you can still do that in places. Buy refurbished goods. So these are just a few ideas on how to prep when you don't have any money. In the meantime, please subscribe, comment, let us know if you have any ideas on how to prep without money. and like the video, and thank you so much for watching.